Goblin. Are you ready to yap?
Hey Goobs, it's Goblin. Today we have someone who created the small town romance of my dreams, is the queen of a third act, wrote my favorite snowed in romance of all time. And as someone who doesn't sign up for arcs, I will sign up for hers every single time. This is Lainey Lawson. Hi, I'm so glad.
That was the best intro.
Glad you liked it. Your reaction was the best.
You were so sweet. Thank you.
You're welcome. Hi.
Hello. I'm so excited to be on your podcast.
Yay, me too. I'm so glad you're here. Um, Obviously, I'm obsessed with you. Been obsessed with you. It is what it is. I'm very happy you're here.
I'm so happy to be here. You have no idea.
Yay. Okay, so let's get started. If you want to go ahead and share your author journey with us, where you got started, and how you got to where you are today.
Well, I'm pretty new still. I'm new to the scene, as they say. I started in 2023. That was when my first book came out. And before that, I was writing fan fiction in my college years for about 6, 7 years, I would say. And before that, I was writing newsletters and newspapers that were in my school for absolutely no reason. No one asked for them. It was not affiliated with the school, and the content was marginal. So that's that's how I got
Love
started.
it. That's
But
awesome.
yeah, I one day was searching for a specific type of book or like a vibe or something, and not saying it didn't exist. Maybe I just wasn't looking hard enough, or it was just deep in the droves of Kindle, but or Kindle Unlimited. But I couldn't find it, and it was irking me so bad, so I just started writing it, and that
Love.
is the rest is history. That's how I started writing.
That's so cool. I remember on Threads you posted one time and you were like, I'm looking for a book like blah 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 blah. And I was like, girl, you just described your book. Like maybe you need to reread.
No, literally, because I'm still very much a reader and I don't get as much time for it as I
Mm.
used to, but I love reading and I have a very specific taste. So it just worked out that what I was wanting to read was also something I wanted to write. So I like put the two together and it was my perfect combination.
I love that. Are you like a big true crime fan?
Not
Because
really.
really,
Yeah.
the only reason I ask is because, like I mentioned in your intro, your third acts are, when I read them, I was so shocked because I go into books like not looking at the marketing typically. So I don't look at anything. And I read your first book and I was like, wait, what? And it was the biggest like jump scare in a good way. And like same with book two as well. I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is such a fun way to do a third act." I think it's like I think typically in the romance genre, they people do a third act breakup because it's the easiest way to add conflict or whatever. But the way that you did it, I was like, "Hello?"
Hello? Is
Oh,
this
so
woman okay?
are you? You good?
Am I?
This is this is actually a
Debatable.
therapy session.
So what brings you back to therapy? Well, my characters jumped out of a moving helicopter to rescue their best friend's girlfriend who got kidnapped. As one does.
Yeah, how do you want to unpack that? Like,
Yeah. Start at the
what
beginning.
questions do you have?
Yeah. No, I'm very big into entertainment value, which I know is a little bit, it's not a controversial topic. I shouldn't say that, but it toes the line of the mentality of wanting to write something for you. Like you're not necessarily marketing tropes and what you write to your audience specifically just so they'll like it. Like it needs to be part of you too. Like you don't just want to play for the entertainment. But I kind of do. It's not for my audience, obviously, or else I would have wrote something much more palatable. and easy and not so silly and outlandish. But for me, it is the entertainment. Like that, it's on my mind from page one to page 300 is like, what are we doing? Is this fun? Is this entertaining? Are we bored? What's happening? Or is it just kind of stagnant? Now, that's not to say I don't enjoy books like that because sometimes when it's just a day in the life and you can see the relatable scenes, like she might be making coffee, he might be on his way to work. Like, I still absolutely enjoy that. And there's value
Yeah.
there too. But my personal brand, I feel, or my personal preference, like with writing and reading too, is I want the action scenes. I want crazy, silly, unrealistic things to happen. Like, I'm not thinking about the real world right now, obviously, because this does not happen in real
Uh-uh.
life. Okay, this is
We're reality adjacent.
exactly. And that's exactly how I want it. I want it as far removed from reality as possible.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I think that's also helpful when you are writing like a interconnected standalone and like making sure, yeah, you're writing in the same city, in the same town with the same characters. How do you make them different? How do you set them apart and still be interesting every single time? And I
Mhm.
think like the way that you do a third act is like the biggest way that you just get so hooked. Because like with Trip and Mesa's story, like that obviously was like your first third act like breakup in the
Yes.
series, and like the way that it was able to be like played on with the first two, like it didn't feel like, oh, here we go, we're gonna break up again, because it was so different, and I really really like how you did it.
Thank you. Like, actually, you don't even have any idea what that means to me because I at least want some people to enjoy it, you know? It's
Well,
not the
yeah.
true number one motivation for doing it, but
Yeah.
it's good to hear, like, if it made someone's day better or like made them smile, made them have some enjoyment in their life, like they thought that was fun, they thought that was cool, or they got something out of it. I love hearing that. Like, that's really why I do this still is because I've already accomplished what I wanted to accomplish. I didn't give up when I started to write the book. I followed through, because I'm a serial quitter. I've always been my entire life. It's just too easy. Like
So
if it
easy.
becomes too challenging or you get some negative feedback or there's a little bump in the road, I'll just never mind. I'll do something else. Like that's been me my whole entire life. So just the fact that I finished that first book and actually followed through and went through with it, I'm good for life. I'm set for life. Like I did
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So from there on, whatever if people like it or don't, I'm good. But hearing that they might, some people do like it. It's just like everything. It's like, yeah, this is why I'm actually still doing it.
Yeah.
I love that. And it's really interesting that you said to keep it like a little bit of variation because I also enjoy that in interconnected standalone series, if you can mix it up just enough to where it still feels like it fits in that world or the series, but you're not getting a regurgitated, rearranged version of book one or two. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Which is
Yeah, no.
actually still fun. One of my
Oh,
favorite series of
yes.
all time is Montana Mountain Men by Gemma Weir. Actually, it might be my number one, honestly. And every
Really?
single one of them is like insta love and possessive hero, alpha male, owning like
I love to
breeding
see it.
kink, like
Yeah.
every single one of, and there's like 7 books.
Oh, I love
Eat it
it.
up every time like I've never read it before. Like this
Oh,
is
I
so
mean,
new. What is and
that's
then
me. That's me with like
oh
Ice
good.
Planet Barbarians. Like,
Yes, that's a perfect example too.
like there
Mhm.
is a formula to those books, and I will
Yes,
eat it up every single time.
every
And
time.
it is, there is no, I have no notes. Like,
No
I will
notes.
eat up an Ice Planet Barbarian book every single day of the week,
Yes.
no matter, like, I don't care. Put two different character names. Yes. And
Hmm.
if Ruby Dixon wrote it, the answer is yes.
100%. I could not agree more.
You
Those
get
books are brilliant, groundbreaking pieces of literature. Put it in the Louvre. Like
me. Absolutely.
it should be
I,
in the Met. It should be in the
mhm. Actually, the theme for next year's Met needs to be just Ruby
Ice
Dixon's
Planet
books.
Barbarians. Yes.
Correct.
Just the whole universe of it
Absolutely.
all.
Please.
Those
You
books, by the way, were partially my inspiration, not for smoking guns specifically, but just writing.
really?
Yes, 100%. Montana Mountain Men by Gemma Weir, the Ice Planet Barbarians books, they're just so insane
Yeah.
that I cannot get enough of that type of book because it's just different, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a little side eye. Sometimes you're like, okay, the hawk flew down from the sky and picked her up and carried, and you're just like, in the moment, you're like,
All right, girl.
did it though? You
Did
know?
it?
But then you get done and you're like, that was a blast.
That was
Give me 10
exactly what I
more.
needed.
Hmm.
10 more right now. Actually, on my desk, I need 14 more. Thank you.
Exactly. So that's what I liked to read before I started writing. And yeah, I just love the outlandish, unrealistic, crazy things happening.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it
I
down.
think I think there's so many books where you are set so much in reality that like having the space to have books where it's reality adjacent or like
Mhm.
no, I'm gonna read about people like me, but like in a world where I wish that was the world we lived in. And it's like
Yes.
separate from the trauma that's in our lives every single
Hmm.
day and having that place to escape but still in a more modern like contemporary feel but like still being able to
Yes.
escape like that's
Yes.
my favorite.
It's my
Obviously Ice
favorite too.
Planet is not like reality adjacent but you get what I mean.
Well, maybe a little farther away from adjacent, but yeah.
Just maybe a little bit.
I
I
know I agree. And also both are needed. Like both should
yes,
exist.
absolutely.
Give me the small town romances where we're like uncomfortably relating to the
Yes.
story.
Yes.
Maybe it's fa familial issues or like social status, like your typical, brother's best friend, that type of stuff. And then, 2, 3 books later, go to your palate cleanser, or I don't even love that term because
Yeah,
we put just as much work into our palate cleanser,
of
fun, silly
course.
books as we do the other ones. So I don't even
Yeah,
like that term, actually. I should have said that. But you know what I'm trying to say. Let's mix it up. They
absolutely.
can all exist, they can all be good. And yeah, let's not compare too much in our reviews.
Yeah.
But
I think I was talking in another podcast about this concept of like it doesn't matter what you got out of it. Whether it
hmm,
is I read it just for the sheer enjoyment of reading something, or I read it and my heart feels like it's breaking, or I read it and I have never laughed at more in my entire life. It does not matter what you got out of it. It is valid. Like that's end of the sentence,
yes.
period. Like the book is valid regardless of what you got out of it
Hmm.
because somebody put time and effort into it and that's it. Wait, that's it.
100%.
Whether yeah, I am such a big proponent of like fluffy monster romance are just as important as your 7 book high fantasy series with a magic system and blah 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 blah. They're just as important because the person that read it enjoyed one, enjoyed the other, and that's it.
Exactly.
That's the end of the story.
Hmm. I could not agree with you anymore. It's
Yeah.
it's one of those things too where there was a recent discourse on Book Talk about reader comprehension and how it's altering authors' approach nowadays. So
Interesting.
they're under the impression that some authors are dumbing it down a little bit for the entertainment value, and it typically lends itself toward like the more spicy romance
Mm,
smut, as they label it, because they feel like there's not as much depth there, or character growth, or development, and plot, really. But I think it's just not comparable, number one. That's the number one thing we have to
yeah.
remember is like, there's no reason for us to be talking about why Emily Henry is better than XYZ in
Oh
the
yeah.
indie Kindle Unlimited smut,
Yeah.
realm. But second of all, it's just not something that we even need to be talking about. Like,
Yeah.
why does this matter? What
Hmm.
my level of reading comprehension is different than every single other girl's down the street, that's
Yeah.
reading. Okay?
and that's the end of like it
And
doesn't
like,
I
and I
think if
go ahead.
if authors like pander to what they believe is the social grab, like what the bookstagram is looking for, they're never
Mhm.
gonna write a book they like. Because
Exactly.
like write what you want to read or what you want to put out into the world. Because if you start pandering to, oh well, this thing is trending, so I need to write like this, you're not gonna have a good time, first of all,
Yep.
because what's the
Mhm.
point of writing for somebody else?
Mhm.
But also being in a situation where like you're almost like invalidating the whole other scape of books that don't fit in with this trend. And it's like you're gonna find your audience. It
Yeah.
might take a little bit longer if you want to
Mhm.
write obscure or whatever, but take the time to find your audience because it's going to mean so much more when you find like-minded people who love the stuff you're talking about than
Mhm.
regurgitating whatever you feel is the most common thing, you know?
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. And as a reader, which you can speak to this more than I can now because I've been out of that space for a while, I still read, but I don't insert myself there anymore, like socially or like with discussions.
Yeah.
Is it really the difference in writing or reading comprehension that we're worried about, or is it just the fact that you want something to talk about too? You know? We're in
Mm.
the world where the creators in the book space, this is very new. I mean,
Oh,
in the early
completely.
2000s or 90s, we weren't making videos on book reviews and all of those things.
Yeah.
And I'm sure girls still had those thoughts. Bodice strippers have existed since the 50s or whatever year it
Yeah.
was, you know. They were probably comparing that to Stephen King. But it's new, I think, in such a public space, so readily available and such high content. It's like you're reaching. You're reaching.
Yeah.
You're looking for stuff to talk about. And that's okay too, because we're all still figuring out. Like, I feel like we're all new to this. Spicy romance
Absolutely.
has never been as popular as it is right now. Book Talk and Bookstagram has never been as popular as it is right now. Even creators and authors that have been doing it for a long time, like, we're all pretty new to it.
Yeah.
So it's okay. Like, it's fine for the community to kind of grow and evolve. But I do think that there's a little bit of that into it too. It's like we're just looking for some content, I think, and you're just wanting to talk about something, and that's okay. But like
Yeah. Yeah, I
reading
think there's
comprehension is not what
yeah,
you
I
think.
think there's always going to be a level of like what can I say that's going to be a tad bit controversial to make my numbers
Mm-hmm.
go up? I
Yeah.
always think there's going to be that level of, yeah, but if I say it, like, is that going to cause discourse? And then is my
Yeah.
name going to get bigger? Whatever. I mean, the saying no publicity is bad publicity is a real thing.
Yeah.
It does not matter. Like, cancel culture doesn't exist. It does not matter what content is being pushed out. If you're attached to it, like, you're now a household name, you know? And
Yes.
so, unfortunately, and fortunately, you know, like even if you mess up and say something that you didn't want to say, or if you have put out a bad statement or a bad something, it's people know your name now.
Yep.
And so when it comes to like the book space where people say like little things like, oh, reading comprehension doesn't exist anymore. It's like, girl, first of all, why are we infighting? That's number one. Why are we
Right.
fighting ourselves? There's
Yes.
enough men that hate us. Like,
Oh, that is a perfect point. Like, come on. We're dealing with this already and like all the
yes,
other facets of our life. Why we got to bring it to the book space? Like,
yes. It's like like we already as women have to deal with this like barrier to what we like,
mhm.
right? Like we
Oh my
already
gosh.
have to yeah,
Mm,
we already have to like credit ourselves or take 10 times more effort to just like prove that what we like is valid. Like we
mm.
already have to do that fighting against which book is more valid. Like, guys, come
Yep.
on. Like,
Yep. No.
we, we're already fighting a battle in
Mm.
society. Please, let's not care if it's a monster or if it's a fae or if it's
Yep.
a human or whatever.
And as a mom, who I have a daughter, a 4-year-old daughter, I have a
Yeah.
7-year-old son as well, but I specifically think about my daughter a lot in conversations like this.
Yeah.
She gets excited about things that I don't necessarily think are great, obviously, because she's 4 and I'm 33. But I'm always still trying to go out of my way to be like, that is exciting. Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
if you like it, like it. And I want her to feel supported because I didn't really feel that growing up, which is not an uncommon experience. It's
No.
not like a special backstory or anything. I think we all did at one point and probably still do, obviously, with the conversation we're having right now.
Yeah.
But it's like, let's go in a new direction maybe, or let's at least talk about it and we can hopefully at least get better. By the time
Yeah.
our next generation of girls is doing what you and I are doing right now, and we're in a nursing home, like maybe they won't be fighting over
Yeah.
her liking this one and the other friend liking this or whatever.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm glad that the discussion and conversation is at least on the table,
Of course.
you
Of
know.
course. I think like growing up, I mean, I think we were all a victim of it in some aspect of like, I personally, I'm not gonna like that because I know all the other girls like it and I don't want to be viewed
Yes.
as
Mm,
XYZ. It's a
yes.
unfortunately such a common discussion as a kid growing up. And I wish somebody older told me like, no, dude, it's okay to like that. It's okay to
Hmm.
be girly. It's okay to be, like act like
Yes.
a girl because yeah, you should. You are, and
Hmm.
that's okay.
Yes.
But we have always been viewed as less than. And so
Yes.
it's unfortunately a battle that I think most of us have dealt with.
Hmm.
And being able to be in a space like the bookish community already in itself, I feel like is such a big step because it's just
Yes.
girls like supporting girls in liking what girls like. That's it. That's all that it is. Like,
A
and that,
community at all, like just
yes.
existing. Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
And
that
the
makes
inspiration that most of us get from reading about all these different types of characters and like, yes, it's romance and it is about how this person or that person fell in love, but it's usually, I mean, unless it's like a novella completely geared toward the romance in a short timeline, which is still good. But unless it's that, it's a lot more than just the romance. We have female main characters that go through some of the things we've been through, or at
yeah.
least you can make some parallels there. And there's more confidence and strength in female characters in romance books than there used to be. Like, that's so inspiring. I'm just so glad it exists and it's getting more traction, and at least we're talking about it, And the one book that I always, always, always go back to and I think about almost constantly is I don't know if you've read Mariana Zapata, All Roads Lead Here.
Oh, I know who that is. I haven't read hers yet.
It's my favorite romance book of all time, but she was very quirky in a way that wasn't like, I'm not like other girls, look at me. It wasn't in a cheesy way.
Yeah.
She just was very kind of a quirky, like still likable, but she didn't have that superhero strength or like
Mm.
great decision-making skills or emotional stability, like mental health stability. Um, she wasn't also flying off the handle or being checked into the psych ward or anything, okay? But like the way that she developed through that book
Mm.
and the way that she just was allowed to be different and make mistakes and be a little bit challenged in different ways, but like rise to the challenge. But then at the end, she was still who she was. She didn't like
Mm.
completely transform herself and her life and her personality to become this better person.
Mm.
Because we all want to be better,
Yeah.
obviously. But you can still keep that little spark of yourself in
Mhm.
that. And I always, always, always go back to that one book. I think for characterization for females, it was just like a perfect example of, yeah, we're in the 2020s now. Like, this is not
Yeah.
1960s. This is so cool to read about and see and like just be inspired by. And with my first book, that was one of my main goals. She, Blythe, the main character, was really hung up on her career stuff and her family stuff, but she had this like strength that was not there before, that she kept her old self and gained that. Or I
Yeah.
tried to do it. I mean,
Yeah.
it was not like a perfect character arc or anything, but that was my goal kind of with her. Like,
Yeah.
let's
Yeah,
see
I
it,
love
you
that.
know?
I think just in like how you said like we're in the 2020s now. I think it's a just it's always a reminder just in society when we watch like a book with the ugly duckling friend and oh, you've got to take your hair out of a ponytail and you've got to take your glasses off and
We
you
take
need
my
to act.
earrings out.
Yeah, yeah. Put your makeup on and now you're pretty, like oh,
Yeah.
ponytail came off, glasses came off, and now you're pretty. And I think like we were all subjected to that kind of commentary our entire life where it's okay, on one hand, women are weaker, women are this, where you everything that you like isn't as valid as what a man likes. But if you're pretty and if you pander to what the societal norm of what you look like, then you
Mhm.
can change into what is deemed worthy. And
Mhm.
I think with books and being able to just consume content that women have written for women has been like the biggest change in that. And
Mhm.
I wish that I read more books like this as a kid. I wish
Yes.
that I was able to consume content where it was just women like writing about the struggles of like being a girl and what it's like to grow up and still be that same girl, but you go through XYZ, whatever. But I think that's such a big thing to remember is like, yeah, we do have a long way to go, but it would be so cool, or it is so cool that we even have like this platform now, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes, absolutely. And do you agree with this? Like, I feel like women writers were trying to start that in the 2000s with like the boom in rom-coms, which
mhm.
some of the best rom-coms of all time are like vintage now, you know?
Of
And they
course.
were trying to do it. But you mentioned the glasses and the curly hair or things like that, and most of it, they were doing that physical representation of transformation as like a more palatable way for the person perceiving this to accept it. Like, oh yeah, she changed so much. But now we're moving toward more internally, and
Mm,
it's harder to digest sometimes, or you have to read between the lines. It's not so
yeah.
black and white, or it's not that she changed her appearance, now she's better, or now she's more beautiful, or now he wants her, or now she's getting more opportunities. And sometimes, like, yeah, there is little elements of that that we
Yeah.
throw in there and it's sprinkled in and that's fine. But I mean, do you agree with that? They still were kind of trying, and it was
Oh,
like we
absolutely.
were kind of getting there, but they always slapped on like that physical, something physical with her.
Of course. Of course. I think forever women have just we've tried, I
Yeah,
think
it's
there's
yeah.
always been the effort of like, well, how do I tell a complex story about a woman without making her, I mean, the Bechdel test,
The Bechdel
like
test. Yes.
yeah, I mean like forever, I think we've
Mhm.
always been trying, but it's I think now, like at least in this bookish space, I think it's just so important that we've been able to just like cultivate something like this
Mhm.
because it is so new. It's so
Yes.
new that we are making things by women for women and that like that's it the end, and so we don't
Yes.
have to pander, we don't have to like make it palatable for the male gaze, like it gets to
Hmm.
be just because we enjoy it. And yeah, I mean of course I think 2000s, I mean like Disney Channel, like there's so many movies that we watch where I mean Hannah Montana, like all of the
Yeah.
things that we've watched where we felt really empowered by women, but I think it as a whole, like until we've created that space where it's like by women for women, it's
Yeah.
really hard to not have that external gaze of like, well, what's a man gonna say about this, you
Yeah.
know?
Hmm. Or there's always like, just at the very end, it's like we go back 100 years. Like,
Yeah.
you're doing so good. Like,
Oh, good. What
Oh,
happened?
yeah. No, I completely agree with that. Disney Channel, that's such a funny example. I wasn't even thinking of that, but it's true. I was big on like High School Musical. I loved
Huge.
Motocrossed. I loved
Yeah.
Double Teamed. Those are all my favorites. But number one of all time, I was obsessed with Mary Kate and Ashley, the whole universe. Oh my God, so good.
So
But
good.
yeah, yeah, they were really trying. They were doing something there, and it was
Yeah, they were
getting
trying for
close.
sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so I just have to bring this up because this is my favorite thing. We need to talk about whiskey weather for like 2 seconds.
My heart. No one
That
understands. I love
girl,
that book so much.
I love that book so much. I so I read it as an arc and I could not like I swear 2 months later I was still thinking about it. I was just like, huh. What are they doing right now?
Like, I'm actually gonna cry. Not really. I'm not gonna start crying, but oh my gosh, I don't
It
know what
bugged.
happened there. It was a more of a passion project to step
Yeah.
away from the series, and maybe that was a little bit of a magical formula there that I wasn't worried about a series or like what I was working on and other stuff. But yeah. And you know what? It's not been an extremely popular book yet. We're coming back into winter, so I'm hoping it
Yeah.
sees a little bit of a resurgence. Because I put it out, gosh, I think it was the end of January last year.
Yeah.
But even with the low amount of popularity in comparison to some of my other books, I've heard that a lot. Like people really enjoyed it, and that just like you have no idea what that did for me. Like it healed me in a way.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I can't even imagine that like I was first of all so mad how short it was. I
I
was
know.
like, what the hell?
I
How are you
know.
gonna make me absolutely love these characters
Yeah.
and then take them away so quick? But I don't know what you put into that book. I was like, this is crack. This is I am addicted. I don't know. I don't know. And I've read other like snowed in romances
Yeah.
and they're great. They're cute, but for whatever reason, Whiskey Weather
Oh,
is rent free in my head. Like the things Ledger says, all right.
thank you, first of all. Like that means so much to me. You have no idea. If anyone ever wants to be my friend or like have a conversation or like break the ice, just bring that up. Immediately, I'm like, yep.
You said what? What are
What,
we
we're best
talking
friends now? Okay. Yeah, I just, when I started writing that one, I wanted something that was less complicated, so almost a little more realistic. The exact opposite of what we were talking about earlier, where I wanted something unrealistic and outlandish to happen at the end and all
Yeah.
of that. But when you think about it, sometimes when people have a connection and they like each other, they just get together. I mean, there's not always meddling parents or
Yeah.
something else external that is creating a barrier between them. And they had a little bit, like the
Yeah.
traveling and long distance thing. So there was a little bit of it mixed in. It's not like it was just easy, but it was just kind of like, I really like you. I really like you too. It was just like a
Yeah.
sweet, I don't know.
I think for me, I hear all the time like, oh, Insta love isn't like realistic or whatever.
Yes,
But
it is.
from first from personal what am I trying to say? From
Personal
personal
experience?
yes, yeah. So
Yes.
from personal experience, my husband and I met on Tinder and we talked for a week and then we met in person. We had a 6 hour date. And then it ended with the entire time he didn't touch me, didn't hold my hand, nothing. It ended with us in the car ride and he like turned the music down and he's like, "Can I ask you a question?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "Can I hold your hand?" And I was like, "Okay." So that was first date. Then
Writing this down.
you said, anyways, keep going. Okay, wait, it gets better. So then 3 days later, we had another date. and we like went and got pizza, and then we ended up at his apartment, and we're like laying down and we're watching this movie, and I'm like, I want to kiss this guy. Like, what the heck? And I'm like
How's it going,
trying to
dude?
like get closer. I like put my leg on him and he is not budging, not moving. He is paying attention to this fucking movie. And I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what's on. What's on the movie? Like, pay attention to me. And so I'm just like reaching up. And then at one point I was like, fuck this. So in normal books where it's like the guy saying fuck it, no, it was me. It was all
I
me
love
saying
it.
fuck it. And so, anyways, I end up kissing him, and
Oh.
he is like, like starstruck is a really dramatic word, but that is like his body was so rigid. And then I stopped kissing him, and he says to me, you should just be my girlfriend. And I said, are you asking me or telling me? And he says, both. So, literally. So when I say insta love is not, oh, and also, so that happened on a Saturday. Then the next week on Wednesday, we were like talking on the phone or something, and he's like, okay, so I have to tell you something, and like, don't feel like you need to say anything, but like, I just need to tell you this because I need you to know like how I feel. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, I'm in love with you. And I was like, uh, okay. I think I said thank you because I was like shocked.
Girl.
I was in shock. Um, and then I ended up telling him like the next day or something. Then we moved in together 4 months after that, have lived together.
This just keeps going.
Oh, I'm not kidding. Like
Insta love.
when people say it's unrealistic, I'm like, actually, it's not. And we're married and we've been together for 7 years. So, like, you can't, there's, this is,
So you both kind of had the when you know
yes,
moment. Okay.
immediately. Like, we 100% had this, like, when you know, like, it doesn't make sense not to say it. It doesn't make sense to drag this out. It doesn't make sense to do anything other than like be together because it made so much sense.
Which for two well-adjusted adults, you
Yeah,
weren't doing anything, non-consensual or anything. Like, how is that not healthy?
it is so healthy.
Open communication,
Yeah.
honesty.
Yeah. Didn't hold anything
Hello.
back, like nothing.
I, first of all, I approve 100,000%, 10 green flags in a row, sir.
Thank you. He is the
And he
biggest
got,
green
he had
flag.
a little sass with it.
Oh, he
Oh,
always has sass.
he said both.
He said both. Literally, I was like, are you asking me or telling me? Both. Hello?
Period.
Period.
No, he did not stutter.
Not even a little bit. He's laughing right now.
Don't you love that when, okay, real life, but books too, when it's not even like this big, long, poetic, like love confession or
It's
like
just boom.
scene where it's like quotable, it's just like a word or a few words. And it's just like the context of where he put it and
Yeah.
what the question he was answering or whatever. It's just like, I'm
I
sorry,
said,
both?
I'm sorry, both? Excuse, are you asking me or
Your
telling
Honor,
me?
I object. I'm ovulating. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't process this. Give me till next Wednesday. We can talk
Oh,
about
next Wednesday when he said, I love you.
it.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just punch after
Oh my
punch of like
God.
tropes. Yeah.
No, but okay, that is a perfect example, a perfect story of why, yes, it's not unrealistic. It
It's
happens.
not.
And sometimes mature adults just both really like each other and there's a
Yeah.
great connection there or chemistry or whatever. And why would you not? Why
Yeah.
wouldn't you? I mean,
Why wait? Like, what's
yeah.
the point? Like,
Hmm.
just do it if you want to, you know? And I think it's just really funny just because I live that every day
Right.
and he he's a dream, trust me. I could go on forever of just like all of the little things that he does straight out like I pulled him out of a book. It's ridiculous. But like I could go on forever about things and then I'll read people's threads like, oh my God, that was so unrealistic. They said I love you within a week. Like, there's no way. And I'm like, yes, there is.
No, but actually you're commenting like, yeah, who
Yeah,
does
that's crazy. Who says I love you after 3 days? That's wild. I would
that?
never do that.
Right. Or honestly, it's not even always about like straight up I love you or straight
Mhm.
up getting married or like whatever. But in the character's inner monologue,
Yeah,
they're like,
they're
I am
in.
infatuated with this girl. I met her 2 days ago. She's been laying on my couch, reading my books, secretly taking pictures of me.
Yeah.
I don't even know her middle name or, whatever.
Yeah, of
But he
course.
really, 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 really likes her in his head, like right away. Why wouldn't
And
he?
correct. Like
Yes.
there are people like that in the world. But again, even if there wasn't, like that's okay too.
Right, right. Yeah.
We just want to consume that
On
stuff.
the other hand, it's fine if we don't really do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Funny.
Anyways, I didn't mean to like bombard this with my
No, it's okay. I love that you love Whiskey Weather. It's my number one favorite book ever that I've written.
Okay.
And well, I mean, it's close. I shouldn't say that, but it is. It is. It's number
Close with what?
I would say the one I'm writing right now. Yeah.
Stop. Wait, like Heston and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm so excited for that
This
book.
one has been the easiest for me creatively.
Really?
There's less internal conflict than Up in Smoke because they are just more, they're in a different situation. It's a different
Hmm.
setup. And Trip had so much emotional stuff going on and like the backstory and oh my
Yes.
gosh, it was just like it was more angsty and he had to work through some
Yeah.
stuff, like look in the mirror, bro, type of thing. And
Yeah.
there's a little bit of that in this one, but a lot of it is just external and thing like more smoking gun style, like things are happening.
Yeah.
And so it's been a blast. I'm loving it so much.
I'm I'm so excited. I do think like reading just like knowing Trip throughout the first two books and then reading his book and like it ended up being so like emotional. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Me
And
neither.
I think you said me either. But I really was so excited that that's the way that it went because like it added such a layer to this like playboy character,
Yeah.
that was
Mhm.
like, oh my gosh, like I feel for this. I'm gonna think about this.
Mhm.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yes, I love when characters at least have some sort of connection to their former self that was kind of a leg to stand on for who
Yeah,
they are today. And it's not an excuse, but it's at least, some backstory and a place to start where we're going to develop and change. And like
yeah,
for a reformed playboy like that, and for someone so charismatic and such a jokester and so lo upbeat, yeah, there had to have been
it
some.
had to have come from
Yeah.
somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Oh man. Okay. Are you ready to do our blind ranking?
Yes, I'm so, so, so excited for this part.
Okay. So for the class, we are going to do a blind ranking of how much Lainey would like to be in the FMC's position of the next 5 books, but she doesn't know the list at all. Um, I'm so excited for
Me
this.
too.
Okay. So 1 through 5, you can put them anywhere, but you obviously can't switch once you've locked in a spot.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay. So number 1, we have Seduced by the Swamp Creature. Oh, wait, we'll do like 5 how much you want to, and then number 1 is like least want to.
I'm gonna put that one at 4.
Okay.
And the reason is because I enjoy monster or like that whole realm, like not human.
Yeah,
However, would this be a little too slimy for me? So I'm gonna keep it
that's
low.
fair.
I'm
That's
gonna keep
fair.
it low at 4.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Mhm.
Okay. Then we have Morning Glory Milking Farm. If you're, are you familiar?
Yeah.
Okay, 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 bet. I knew you would be at least familiar with this one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm familiar with it. I'm familiar. I'm gonna put that one at 3.
Okay.
Reason being, I feel as if the romance of it all,
Mm-hmm.
which is extremely sweet, by the way,
Yeah.
if you're not
Oh, I
familiar,
have.
which I know
Yeah,
you are,
yeah.
but like the
Oh, the
viewer.
class. Yes, yes, yes.
Incredible romance. I
Yep.
mean, incredible. It's not perfect for me because of I want something a little more crazy,
Fair.
unhinged. I'm gonna put it at
Fair.
3.
Okay. Fair, 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 fair. All right. Deceived by the Gargoyles.
2.
2. Okay.
I'm gonna put 2 because there's a little bit of a darkness with that
Mm,
one.
yeah.
I've not read it, but that it's giving me that vibes, like maybe a little sinister, maybe like
Yeah.
forbidden.
Ooh.
2.
Okay, okay. Okay. So this can go for the whole series, but this one's my favorite. Barbarian's Touch.
You already know.
It has to be one.
Oh, it's number 1 easily.
What is your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
Yes, I do. And forgive me because I
Oh, I
always
never
mix up
remember the
like
names.
which
I
couple,
never remember. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just
but Rook and
Harlow.
is was that her name? I
I think
can't
I think it's Harlow.
like the story in the book is completely vivid. I know exactly which one I'm
Oh
talking about, but I
yeah.
can never remember the names. But
It's
he is exiled a
yes,
little
the
bit,
feral
right?
one.
Yeah, the feral one.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Yep, yep.
We know exactly one. Okay, so Barbarian's Touch is the one she's deaf and so she has
That's
had a cochlear implant, didn't have one. So that one's you get it. You know.
it's
It's so good.
that is so easy. You knew exactly what you were doing, putting that in there. Like you were giving
Of
me an
course I did.
easy.
I was giving you an easy one. And honestly, you're gonna be very excited that you left number 5 open because of the next.
What is it?
Okay, I don't know if you're familiar, but it's called Pounded by Produce.
Okay.
And it is a cucumber and two or one tomato, two tomatoes. I don't know.
Mm.
They
I'm following. I'm following.
Yeah, and I haven't read it, but I've read some reviews and pretty much they were turned into produce, I think,
Hmm.
and she uses them all the ways.
Honestly, I'm taking I can't change my ranking, so it's obviously my number 5.
Yeah.
I'm taking that over Sea Creature.
Fair. Okay.
I'm taking it. And I love sentient. Is that what it's called? Sentient
Yeah, yeah.
romance? Yeah.
Sentient object.
I love it. Sentient
Yeah.
objects, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What have like do you have a favorite one?
I read one that was about a what was it? Okay, I've read a Gherkin one that I really liked.
Oh,
Biblio Barbie
Gorge.
wrote it, and I can't remember her author name. And then the Door one, obviously. We've all read the Door one. Like we've all read the Door one.
The fact that the audio has door hinge noises is
I didn't know
incredible.
that.
Oh yeah, I haven't listened. I've heard like an audio clip of it, but yeah, it's got the noises.
That is hilarious. Oh my
Yeah.
God. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to look that up for real.
Oh
No,
yeah.
I like how short they are, and I like that it's so cheesy. It just borders on like,
Chaos.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. I they're one of my friends on Instagram. I why can I not think of what her like her name's Rihanna, but I can't think of like what her tag is.
Instagram
Oh,
handler.
tequila bookish book something. I will write it somewhere, please. I'm terrible. But anyways, she does this thing where she will read a sentient and then like write down all of her thoughts as
Mm.
she's writing it or as she's reading it. And it is my favorite pastime to read her reactions because honestly, you get the whole story from her reactions, but unhinged. So
So
unhinged.
basically, she's a public servant.
Um,
She's putting
immediately
in the charity work for all of
for
us
all of us.
that we all need.
and I'm so thankful for her. Um, I was reading one of the reactions to my husband, and he was like, "All right, I'm over it." Like
You're done.
he said, I'll listen to everything that you had, like Kool-Aid Man. I gotta go, dude."
Mm-mm. Mm. Oh, the creativity with those authors of what they come up with or what they
Oh my
put
God.
as the main,
Yeah,
object. Oh, it's hilarious.
it's
And
the
then the
best.
titles, the titles
Yes,
like
they're so
correlating.
creative. Oh my gosh, they're so creative.
I've always
All right.
wanted to read. There's a really popular one that, or actually, never mind. That's not a sentient object one. It's the ogre. It's the swamp one. So I guess that's technically monster.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to read that one. I
Which
heard it's
one?
really good. I don't remember the actual name, the title, but it's like an ogre. It's like Shrek fan fiction, basically, kind of.
Shrek
Yeah,
fanfiction.
he's an ogre. It's like something swamp. Yeah.
I love to see it. Honestly, I love to see it. Okay. So, I think we can get started on our Goblin's favorites of the episode. And now it's time for Goblin's favorites of the episode.
I feel like our tastes are really similar.
I think so too. I
So
hope.
I legitimately take Rex from you because I feel like no matter what it
Stop.
is, I feel like I will like it.
I'm so honored. Please. Not me blushing. Okay. So, in honor of our talk, I chose a monster romance because they're so close to my heart. So, this is Whispers of the Deep. First of all, look at this cover.
Beautiful cover. Beautiful
Oh,
book.
it is
First
like
off,
a painting. It is the most beautiful thing. It's like an author edition. It's gorgeous. Anyways,
gorgeous edges. Love all of it.
yes. So, this is by Emma Hamm, and it is so the way that we were talking about how it's like outlandish and like whatever, outlandish, but there's so much plot to it, like
Hmm.
way more plot than I expected a merman romance to have. But oh my God, it is so good. Um, and it's a slow burn. It is a slow burn, but like
Okay,
in the
that's fine.
juiciest of ways. But the best part,
I'm literally
he
looking at it.
has two of everything.
Go on.
Oh, two of everything. And here, I actually have book two as well. I'll just show this one.
There
So
are
this is,
two.
oh, there's actually four.
There are
So
four,
there are four. I've
ladies
only
and
read one through
gentlemen.
three, but like, look at
They're
I
they're
started.
big.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like how
I'm
many
telling you,
pages is that first one?
the first one, let's check.
Of course, that's a
It
hardcover. It might be like slightly different than the Kindle version, but it looks pretty big.
435.
Hmm. Okay.
I'm telling you, like it's plot. Like I was not expecting. It is so good. It's
Is the
so good.
series
It's
a
interconnected standalones.
okay, got it.
Yep. So you
Wow.
get a new couple. This one, this guy in this book is actually my favorite one, but I I need everybody to read these. But yeah, they're great. Slow burn, the whole 9 yards. But yeah, two of everything, and I mean that.
You have no idea how much you just sold me on that.
You're welcome.
Like, excellent. Excellent. And bonus, I haven't seen that.
You haven't.
No, maybe it's just
Oh,
because I've been, I have had a book release recently, yeah, a month ago, and now I'm
yeah.
writing. So maybe I just was
It's
under a
okay.
rock or
It's
something.
okay. That's what I'm here for. It's what I'm here
Okay.
for, actually. Okay.
I'm loving it. I do have one question though, sorry, before we move on.
Yes.
So is
No.
it like it's not Shifter,
No.
he's just a
No,
merman.
they're all like they don't go by merman, but yes.
Okay, yeah,
They
gotcha.
have like terms and stuff. But yes, like full on merman. It's
Okay.
not shifter at all. It is 100% under the water. Like it's kind of like 500 years in the future where the top of the world isn't like inhabitable anymore. And
Oh,
so
so like
human,
almost dystopian?
yeah, yeah. So like humans
Wow.
have to live under the water in like pods and things. And there's like basically like alpha, beta. I'm if I'm getting their names wrong, I'm sorry. But there's like the highest elite live in this one and like the lower class live here and yeah.
I'm not exaggerating. I'm not like blowing smoke up your ass. Like
No,
that
it's so
sounds
much fun.
amazing.
And
Who
it
is
like their
the author?
slow
Like, how did
burn,
she come up with that?
yeah. It's
That's
so
amazing.
much fun.
I'm absolutely gonna read it.
Good. Tell me what you think.
100%. Okay, I will for sure. Let me find mine.
All
Okay,
right.
so
Yeah, please
my
tell us your
recent
rec.
favorite is Mafia Romance, and it's book one in a series
Love.
that it's not extremely recent. I think it's actually completed, but it is Silent Vows by Jill
Okay.
Ramsower. And
Okay.
the reason it's my favorite, because I read three or four recently that I thought were extremely good, but this one, I don't know. It was like insane with the romance, which normally in mafia romance, I read
Yeah.
it for the entertainment, the craziness, the like touch her and
Yeah,
all
yeah.
that. The actual real true romance was so dang good. She is mute, or
Okay.
we're under the perception that she is mute. And that's not a spoiler because it happens really early on in the book that like he realizes that she's not, and he's the only one that knows that she's not. But before he realizes that, the way that he's like trying to communicate with her, this big, bad, grumpy mafia boss in a sharp black suit, and he's
Oh my
like
gosh.
frustrated in his head that he can't like hear her talk or like communicate with her. And it's arranged marriage, by the way, too. So
Oh
he's
my
just like, I
gosh.
guess I might as well try and, talk to her, get to know her. She's gonna be my wife, like
Yeah.
if I must.
If I, alas.
Yeah. And obviously she's not talking to him. So he's like pulling out his phone with the notes app and like wants her to like type stuff out.
Ah, cute. Okay, I talk about this a lot, but I love a miscommunication trope when it's like deaf, mute, or like this, like they speak different languages, the Whispers of the Deep. So they speak different languages. So there's that other element of like communication barrier, and I love it. I eat that up every time.
This is a trend for us. This is why I said I'm taking your Rex because we like similar books. Hello,
We
Ice Planet Barbarians is the same way.
literally. Yeah.
Literally. Wow.
That's why Barbarian's Touch is my favorite because there's that level of like you have to work just that much harder to like show how much you care, and I
Yes.
love that.
Underrated trope, honestly. Language
Underrated.
barrier of some form or some
Yep.
way.
Hmm.
Wow. No, but this one, it's so great. And of course, I love Mafia. It's my number one
That
favorite.
makes sense.
And I
Yeah.
will be writing Mafia in the future, 100%.
Oh, I can't wait
Mhm,
for that.
mhm.
I
That's my
cannot
little Rick.
wait. Okay. I would love if you could share with the class like what you have going on. We know you just released a book. But yeah, anything you want to share about Lainey Lawson?
I'm in recovery mode currently, so but I'm mentally in a better place than I ever have been after a book release. I feel amazing. I feel inspired. I feel great, excited. It went really well. I was so freaking proud of that book and I was so happy with just how it went. And like, I'm just on cloud 10,
Oh,
honestly,
that's
after
awesome.
it. But I am like kind of recovering, like just resting a little bit. But I'm writing. I'm heavily writing
Good.
still, just not as like intensely with the editing as we go. And that is the last book in my current series, the one I'm currently working on. So,
Ah,
yeah, it's just coming up. I'm like, it's bittersweet, but I'm excited at the same time. And it's not going to be very long. I'm making quick progress. I will say that, especially compared to Up in Smoke, which took me a year to write
really?
and edit and put out. And this one is going to be much shorter than that.
Okay.
Can't give you a release date yet, but it will be
That's
much
fair.
shorter. But that's what I'm working on. And I'm also thinking about doing some more projects after I'm finished up with the Bunkhouse series that will take a little bit of extra planning. So I do take a little break from my writing to like work on plans and stuff like that. So like
Yeah.
a little bit of that. And I'm also going to a couple events in the near future that I'm super excited about, Tennessee LitCon and Bookish Camp. And
Fun.
I'm just living like I'm just thriving, honestly. Not even in a sense of like success, but just like in my head, in my heart. I'm just like I'm doing good right now. It's going great.
Oh, that makes me so happy. I'm so
Yeah,
glad.
yeah, me
Yay.
too.
That's awesome. Well, it has been an absolute dream talking with you today. I've had a blast. Thank you for being here.
Of
Thank you
course.
guys for being here. I hope y'all have a great day. Bye. Hey Goops, we are officially launching new ways that you can support the show. If you're in the bookish space and you have a product or service that you want talked about on the podcast, visit the website below and you can see all of the options that we have. Our show is growing so fast and we would love for you to be a part of it.